Sup guys, Idle here, back with yet another SSS guide. If you want a surefire way to beat SSS Barren Beast's Concert Hall in one go to unlock the Proxy Auto and get the secret medal, this guide is for you. So I'll do this in emergency mode because as I understand it, doing proxies on emergency also gets the emergency supply mode 2x bonus. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. However, also doing this on emergency should also mean that this strategy that I'm going to be using, it should also apply to the normal difficulty as well. So that's pretty much two birds with one stone. So let's get on over to the setup. This is the Haywire EC unit, the debuff for doing this on emergency. It's just the statues that grant additional DP cost if they're in your hand. For the directional EC unit, we just want the one on the right, lightweight rangefinder. And for the tactical equipment configuration, we just want A on everything except supporter, which is on B. B is better than A in this case because of the statues, which this is a more controlled draw, so we can use this to basically avoid drawing into the statues willingly. And this is going to be the look of the team. I'll go over this one by one, so let me clear the selection. First and foremost, we want 5 particular vanguards, and these are going to be Yato, Fang, Plume, where's Courier, and Taxus.
I'm ready.
Okay, let me get rid of S2 there, and let me get rid of the module. Okay, so I'm putting her on S1, and we're going with this particular set of vanguards for this low-end guide because, well, everybody has Yato, everybody has Plume, everybody has Fang, and you probably bought Courier with the red certs already. He's pretty cheap, and he's kind of good. And we're also going with Texas because, I mean, everybody has Texas. Most people have done the pinboard missions at this point, or at least after they've played Arknights a good amount of time. So these are the vanguards we're going with. After this, we are going with 5 particular snipers, and these are going to be rarity, crews, Adnacule Rangers, and pretty much the rest are going to be the cheapest supporters you have, or rather, the cheapest snipers you have on your roster. So if you have this or this, just this night or TRC, use them. If you don't have them, then just go with like sort by deployment cost, I guess. Cheapest snipers I have that aren't crews. Already have Adnacule and Rangers, so we just want Insider and you, I guess, Jessica.
We will be fine.
You want to make sure that some of your snipers are marksmen being the subclass the branch that prioritizes aerial enemies. This is because the first few stages of this SSS tower have drones in them, so you want snipers that will prioritize these drones. You also want to make sure that at least 2 or 3 of the snipers that you have are actually leveled, or at least 2 or 3 of the snipers you have are as strong as E2 crews, or rather E1 crews and E1 Adnacule, the 3 stars. This is because they're also functioning as additional DPS for early waves in this strategy. And aside from that, you just want to make sure that you have a balance of cheap DP cost and strong enough damage from your snipers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. These are pretty much the equipment that we will be using in order to boost our main carry. Speaking of which, our main carry is going to be Walter.
If I die here, use the pension to buy some roast potatoes for the gang.
Yep. Walter will be going with S1 here.
If I die here, use the pension to buy some roast potatoes for the gang.
And we're going with S1 here because we will be prioritizing stacking her with sniper equipment. What these sniper equipment do, they provide attack speed bonuses. And attack speed bonuses are really good with offensive recovery skills because the more attack speed you have, the more attacks you do. The more attacks you do, the more you have offensive recovery, right? That's quick maths. And sniper equipment is also good because of the lightweight rangefinder, which grants sniper tactical equipment additional effects. After this, we just want a medic. Just use the strongest medic that you have. So if you have Ayafyala 2, she's pretty great. If you have Lumen, cool. If you have Delopsis, cool. If you only have Ansel, that's fine. It's no big deal. And for this low end guide, we're going with Ansel. Yeah. After this, we just want a generally tanky unit. This generally tanky unit is usually going to be a defender. If you have other tanky units, it's fine, but their role they're only really going to be used for the last 2 stages, and primarily they're going to be used to block the boss. So make sure that for this slot, you're focusing on tankiness. The best in slot for this is Mudrock because of her shields. She generates shields with her talent, which basically no-sells the damage that the boss deals. And the combination of her shields and her self-sustain with her S2 should pretty much let her hold off the boss capably. If you don't have Mudrock though, it's fine. Just use any defender that you have. If you have Hashiguma, that's fine. If you have Shu, cool. If you have Saria, whatever. If you have Penance, cool. For this guide, we'll just go with Beagle. And for the rest of the slots, we just want to use supporters. Just sort by supporters, sort by deployment cost, and add onto your team the cheapest supporters you have on your roster. So if you have the official and Fonor, great, they're pretty much the best for this. If not, fine. Since most people won't have these, I won't be using them for the guide, so I'll just pick the cheapest supporters I have. Their damage does not matter, so you don't even have to think about the supporters needing to be leveled. You can just pick the ones that are literally just Elite 0 level 1. So you, and that's pretty much the cheapest supporters that I have. I'm not using CE Sculptor or Civilite Eterna as a demonstration and as a way to prove a point that you don't need these units to be raised. So we're going with this.
You're sending me to fight? Seriously?
And this is the overall look of the squad. The point of this strategy is that we're going to have a team composition that is singularly built around having a full stacks Wisadel. Wisadel alone will be sufficient DPS to carry us to the very end. Even the DPS for the boss, she alone will be sufficient. And for this strategy, we're going with S1 because, as mentioned, we're stacking sniper equipment on her, and sniper equipment is good because of the directional EC unit. Also, the biggest problem that players have with SSS is inconsistency. This is mostly from what I read. And this is because of the RNG, right? That from what units you get in your hand, what units you actually have access to. However, this strategy is built around avoiding this problem. Spamming supporters lets us avoid this RNG problem by giving us a way to just brute force draw through our deck, and in order to make sure that we always find our snipers, we always find our vanguards, and we always find our Wisadel. And of course, the general breakdown of the team, the vanguards are how we are going to pay for all the deployment, the supporters are the draw engine, and the snipers are the actual pieces that we need to win. And that's pretty much it for this strategy, for the overall view of the team. This is a low-end guide with what is basically a tried and tested strategy for SSS, and because we're also building around auto skills, Wisadel S1 of course, I decided to also just make this an AFK guide of sorts. We have auto skills on everyone. We don't have an auto skill on Ansel, but we're also never using Ansel's skill anyway. But yeah, you never have to click any skills with this guide. So yeah. And mostly after you set up your Wisadel, you're pretty much chilling and doing nothing. So, yeah. But still, the idea of presenting this guide as a low-end guide is to sort of show the minimum level of strength needed to actually beat Emergency for this SSS. Yeah, it's the minimum that you need in the sense that I actually beat this SSS with this specific team. However, I still recommend adapting this strategy onto your roster by adding more powerful units, just so that you have a more consistent experience on your own. Because our SSS does still have RNG, it does still have variance, even if we put ways to mitigate it. So just having stronger units avoids any inconsistency that you may have while doing this guide. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's head on over to the first stage. Okay, so first stage here. At the start of every stage, you just want to make sure that you're not starting out with any of the statues. So I pick this and send it away. After this, you just want to make a stack of vanguards. Depending on which vanguards you have, for example, if you have Yato or Plume, you want to deploy them first and then deploy a DP generating vanguard on top of them, just so that you're actually generating the DP that you need. So I'm gonna do it like this, like so. After this, you want a stack of sniper equipment, or rather a sniper stack on this style facing downwards. Like, two equipment or one or two equipment would be good depending on how strong the marksman that you have actually is. So because I'm using rangers, I'd rather have two sniper equipment.
If you insist on being so stubborn, then alright.
But if you have someone like Exusiai, Blue Poison, I guess, if you have someone like that, that's Elite 2, then just one sniper equipment should be good. After this, we want to make our second sniper stack, our actual Wisadel stack on this spot where my cursor is right now. However, I don't have any snipers, so if you don't have any more snipers, just deploy supporters until you get to draw them all. So like this.
Impurity be purged.
There's no more snipers in my deck, so I just do this now.
Run away soon.
I'm late trash the
And
mission
that's
briefing.
pretty much the stage
I know what you
beaten.
want.
You can just pretty much chill from this point onwards.
You can't stop me.
I'm waiting for orders. What are your orders?
Always so focused on the ground.
Cut them to pieces.
Always so focused on the ground. But haven't forgotten to look above. Who said there's always a countdown?
And that's pretty much it for stage 1. After some of the stages, you'll get a chance to add additional operators onto your team. You always pick the option for no more operators needed, because the idea is that we already have everyone that we would ever need in our deck, so adding more units to the pool will just dilute your deck, which we do not want. So yeah, just make sure that you're not adding anyone every single time that the chance arises. They guaranteed the option to not add any operators onto your team starting this SSS season, I'm pretty sure. Again, just make sure you're not starting out with any statue.
Listen, everyone.
For this particular map, we want to have a configuration of 2 vanguards, like so.
Leave it to us.
Forwards!
And we want one one marksman facing downward on this spot.
Alright.
Everyone, follow me.
After this, we will build our sniper stack, or rather our Wisadel stack, on the spot on top of courier right now. So I'm gonna deploy my supporters,
just
trying to
wait a minute.
dig for more snipers.
Here I am. Handle the camera.
How many snipers? One more. We're just looking for
Soul
my
be
Jessica
cleansed.
right now.
Everyone, follow me.
This is taking too long. Oh, found it. Okay.
You better run away.
There you are.
Speeding up.
And that's Wisadel with 3 stacks. We've already pretty much beat this stage. You can chill from this point onwards.
Now, wait in line. Plenty for everyone.
Everyone, follow me!
Here I am.
Everyone, follow me!
Here I am.
Because Wisadel has a built-in stun, these
So you racked
golems
your brain and
don't
came up with
really
a
end
plan
up
of
being
popping
a
me
problem.
here. Bravo. There you are.
Everyone, follow me!
There you are.
And that's pretty much it for stage 2. Okay, so this is stage 3. Again, just make sure you're dumping all the statues.
It's time to go. Are you
And
ready?
then there's starting from this stage onwards, there's no more drones that we're going to deal with, so we're now going to focus on having a full 5 stacks Wisadel. So again, just like the start of every stage, stack of vanguards
position.
on one spot. For this stage, it's here,
Let's begin.
and for the snipers, they're going on this spot facing right side. 1,
You better run away soon.
3, 4.
You insist on being
Handle with care.
I'm gonna let's deploy one more vanguard behind our main vanguard just for more DP, I suppose, and just
really
as an additional blocker.
turn out like this.
Impurity be purged.
And now we're just digging for the last sniper in my deck, which is Cruz, before deploying Walter.
Pressures always lead to conflict.
Stumble.
You can't stop me.
Transmission briefing. No.
And pretty much you can chill from this point
Please hold on.
onwards. Sometimes the vanguard does end up dying if you don't end up deploying your Ansel like I did, or like you can deploy your medic, of course, on good timing. But yeah, from this point
Poor
onwards, you can
little
just chill.
guy. It's your unlucky day. Revan's bow again. Saw the comes up filthy mouth. Always so focused on the ground. But have you forgotten to look above? Boom! Who said there's always a countdown? Boom! Who said there's always a countdown? Always so focused on the ground. Now, wait in line. We got plenty for everyone. Now, wait in line. We got plenty for everyone. Poor little guy. It's your unlucky day.
And that's it for stage 3. Pretty easy. After the 3rd stage, you'll get the opportunity to upgrade your directional EC unit. Just want the one on the left, quick charge component. Just read it and you'll understand why. Okay, so stage 4, pretty easy all around. Just make sure you're starting without any statues.
Hopefully, we can get some useful
Stack of
experiment data.
vanguards on this spot facing left side.
Draw swords.
Stack of snipers on this spot facing left side. And use your supporters to
Pressures
draw for
always
snipers.
lead to conflict.
Oh, make sure
You
to
can't
also
stop
deploy
me.
your medic. Don't forget it like I did last time.
You better run away soon.
Handle with care. I went to a
True. Everybody pieces.
on the scene, before the currents.
Supporters, we need to draw for snipers. Sniper found. And that's pretty. Oh, wait, I forgot. I still need
Current
Wisadel. So if
situation.
this happens and you don't
A
actually
complete suit
have your
would be the
complete
most
set,
efficient
just
solution.
actually draw manually, you can just do this. Oh, okay, found it. Found her.
Not one step backward.
This is a bad sort of bout of variance, but it is what it is.
Looks awfully dangerous. Oh no, poor little guy. It's your unlucky day.
Yeah, you can pretty much chill from this point onwards.
Boom! Who said there's always a countdown?
Shut up.
Always so focused on the ground. But have you
Them to pieces. You can't stop me.
And that's it for stage 4. Okay, so stage 5. This one is kind of a tough one because the early waves are actually really suspiciously strong, I suppose. That's one way to describe it, I guess. However, it is doable. It's easier, it's much easier with an actual set of strong vanguards though, so fret not. If you have Ansel on your opening hand, that also pretty much essentially guarantees it. So
It's time to go. Are you ready?
yeah, a set of vanguards on these spots.
Draw swords.
We're waiting on Ansel.
Please hold on.
Cut them to pieces.
And our snipers on this spot facing
Sure,
upward.
everything. I'm just here.
You better run away soon.
And make
Soul
sure
be
you're
cleansed.
drawing your supporters.
Scumble.
I'm not replacing Adnakiel yet because Adnakiel's actually raised and Jessica isn't.
Handle with care.
Ah, that's unlucky. Oh wait, I could have gotten Walter. Why didn't I get Walter? I'm bad.
On the scene, the flow of the currents. Oh, that's a mess. Alright, freeze! I went sleep on the dog.
I could have gotten Walter with manually. I didn't. I'm bad. Oh, got Rangers. Got a supporter. Got Walter, and this is pretty much the stage 1.
Got it.
Wow.
This was actually a bit close. This is honestly the hardest stage actually in this SSS tower just because of how fast the start is, especially since you have to contend with this, right? This gramophone rather. With stronger vanguards, with a better opening, for example, if you have a set of E2 vanguards, this stage should be trivial. However, because I have an E1
At your service.
courier, it can get a little bit weird sometimes. One thing that you should remember though is that you're actually allowed to leave before getting the secret medal. The only way you don't get the secret medal is if you have to restart a stage. It can actually leak, beat a stage, and beat the SSS tower, and you should get the medal, the secret medal, just fine. Just having to restart a stage is the one that actually disqualifies you from getting the secret medal. So yeah.
Now, wait in line. We got plenty for everyone.
If they fall like this, you can honestly ignore it, but honestly, I'll ignore it as a flex.
Poor little
Like Walter at
guy.
this point can deal with
It's
everyone
your
anyway.
Unlucky day. Always so focused on the but have you forgotten to look above? Poor little guy. It's your unlucky day. Now, wait in line. Plenty for everyone.
And that's pretty much it for stage 5. Close enough, simple enough. It is what it is.
Foe is
Okay, so this is the 6th stage, the actual final stage of this SSS tower. So again, we're just gonna do what we always do, which is dump the statues in our hand. Dump them away, yeah.
Firearm check.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to put a suite of vanguards on this side of the map, facing right side. And you're not gonna stack them on top of each other, you're gonna do it like this.
Got it.
They'll pay for what they've done.
And this is for a particular quirk of the stage, or for how we're going to deal with the boss. Yes, it is actually as inelegant as you think it is, but but it is what it is. It's something that we have to do.
time to teach these rascals a lesson.
Again, just make sure you're getting your snipers.
You better run away soon.
I'm gonna keep crews in hand.
Impurity be purged.
We're gonna get Ansel, just so we have a medic.
Please hold on. Oh, look at you. You got ink all
I'm
over
gonna
you
manual
again.
draw because there's no more supporters.
Oh, I just need
Sniper.
a minute.
We're still missing Rangers. Oh, after this guy hits and downs the sniper on this spot, you can replace them with another sniper.
I went sleep. Here I am.
You can't stop me.
Yep, got rangers. Now deploy all your snipers.
Got it.
I'm gonna wait until this guy hits before deploying Wisadel, yeah, because of that. Now
Wow.
Wisadel should
Looks
clean
awfully
everybody up
dangerous.
here.
Now, wait in line.
I'm gonna get rid of you.
Plenty for everyone.
And then deploy.
Ready for
Yes,
Overwatch.
that is quite literally just a conga line of operators. And it's exactly for what you think it's for. It's literally just to block the boss later. Make sure you exhaust your draw this time because, well, you're gonna need more blockers. Maybe. Depending on how weak your actual team is, it probably isn't as weak as this, right? It isn't as low end as this because you adapted your roster to the strategy. However, with a roster as weak as this, you're gonna need all the stall that you're gonna get, all the stall that you can get, rather.
Four-wheel guide. It's your unlucky day. Oh, so focused on that. But haven't forgotten. So look above.
So I guess on some level it's not fully AFK because of the weird stall that we're going to have to do.
It's your unlucky day.
Just deploy a blocker. If you have supporters, summoners, they're great for this because you can deploy
wait in line.
tentacle guys.
Plenty for everyone. Handle with care.
Bum.
Now, wait in line. Plenty for everyone.
Finessed with a low end squad. It's okay. That's the only actual clicking that you're going to need to do, which is actually deploying ways to block the boss, right? But if you can do that, you're pretty much chilling. Also, if you have Mudrock, she pretty much can stall the boss all by herself with some Vanguard stacks and maybe a medic. Or, well, the medic isn't for actually healing her, it's just for the damage reduction, right? From the medic equipment. If you want to opt those, she doesn't need a medic equipment though to actually tank a hit from the boss, but yeah. However, again, Mudrock is pretty much the best for stalling the boss because of her shield generation. Her one instance of her shield essentially blocks all the damage from the boss, and the boss hits slow enough that Mudrock is going to be fine with the shield generation and the stun from her S2, as well as the HP generation from her S2. So yeah. And that's pretty much it for stage 6 of this SSS. Simple enough, again and again. If you have a much stronger roster, stalling out the boss is going to be much more trivial for you. If not, you can rely on all your vanguards, all your supporters, or rather, all your vanguards and some of the summons from your supporters to just hold the boss for a little bit, while Wisadel chips away at the altar in order to do true damage onto the boss. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yep, that's the secret medal. That's the secret medal because I already have the medal for beating this in emergency. And that's pretty much it for this SSS Arknights low end guide that also became an AFK guide because we built around S1 Walter. If you like the content, feel free to like the video, I guess, or comment or sub. Comment for if you have any questions, and that's pretty much it. See you guys.